I think it's a good time. It's a historical moment. And we all know that we don't have 25 years to solve our challenges of our countries, continents. We have similar challenges and different challenges between UE and China. We don't have 25 years in front of them to see what's going to happen. We are in a sort of urgency, accelerating urgency. So we will need all the intelligence that we can find, not only in EU and China. We have to open up our scope to find solutions. So it's a historical moment. And again, we can lose everything or win everything, depending on our attitude and our engagement, mutual engagement. So this is basically the big lines. We are interdependent in this changing world, multipolar now. We are interdependent, and also Europe is atomized. So we have to understand how to deal with this interdependency towards a multipolar, balanced system, balanced economy, balanced society. The challenges in our both countries are so colossal, we know that. We can only solve them together. Learn from our mistakes and share our successes. This is, I think, the most important message of today. Cooperation with new priorities. I think today is the priority to be able to do that in a more regenerative approach, which everybody can win. The countries, the economies, the people, the cultures. Especially, I think we have a responsibility. 50 years of that relation. It's also responsibility as superpowers. Both superpowers with the different challenges. That responsibility, we have to be able to take that as adults. With all the wisdom we have in our different countries. We have very ancient wisdom coming from the Greeks and the Celts. We have very ancient wisdom coming from the Tao, the Buddhism, the Confucianism. So I think we have to put all this wisdom, especially today, together. China has a long-term vision, 30, 40, 50 years. Europe has no vision. This is very dangerous. So this is, for example, where we can learn from China. So what can be the long-term vision for Europe? And work on that together. Europe is collapsing now. We need a new socio-economic intelligence and leadership. Brussels is a very good city to bring together the global intelligences. And this is for me alliances. This is for me how to define partnerships. Self-centeredness is in a deeply changing world is very dangerous, very dangerous. It's not an option. Whatever happens, no single country, no continent has all the answers. It's impossible. So I would say the opposite. How can we connect? We should be more de-risking than decoupling. De-risking, and it will be to the advantage of both players instead of decoupling. So, based on other principles, regenerative principles, circular principles, and people empowerment, regenerative principles that will actually guarantee more inclusion and more economic gains. Facing this colossal responsibility, I think it's a wake-up call, a big wake-up call. In more humility, we don't know. We don't have all the answers. Let's sit down and have a new, fresh conversation on what do we have on both sides? What do we need for a healthy, balanced society, for security for everybody, and for a more regenerative future? All solutions exist worldwide if we put our heads together to solve all our problems. Everything is there. For food autonomy, for climate change, risk lowering, to grow crops in salt areas, to get rid of poverty massively. The solutions exist, but the condition to access it, we need a common decision. And again, the EU-China axis would be a fantastic way to start, to say, okay, wait, let's sit down calmly and see where we can find real solutions and share them, open source. And all of a sudden, we will get into a completely new discussion, which can calm down everybody, to find more balance. This is the Tao. This is from your spiritual background. Find balance. This is my advice. I don't know if it can be heard.